Hello, good afternoon. It's Jennifer Redmond Knight, your guide to partnership building. And today we are highlighting a guest blog that was posted to my site from my friends and colleagues, Leslie Gibbon and Karen Homan. And this update and this resource that we're highlighting are the 9 habits of successful comprehensive cancer control coalitions. And it's one of those resources that when asked, have you been using this? I'm like, oh yeah. Didn't always know that I was using them at different times, but they're definitely a part of what has been successful in terms of partnership building and coalition building. And so it's really, a great way to highlight this new resource that I think can be helpful for anybody who's wanting to build a coalition, particularly in cancer control, but a lot of these things can be applied other places too. So I definitely wanted you all to get access to this resource. So one of the things that I wanted to highlight were those 9 habits, and then also direct you to the blog post so that you can get a little bit more information and could even contact Leslie and Karen if you have questions. But just to highlight that, and these are not going to be anything surprising in terms of the 9 habits when you think about what it takes to lead a coalition, but it's nicely organized. So number 1 is empowering leadership. As you know, leadership is critical in any situation. Number 2 is share decision-making and allow other people to also have a voice, which is really important. 3 is value-added collaboration, not collaboration just for collaboration's sake, but how do we add value by working together. Number 4 is dedicated staff. Boy, howdy, I cannot emphasize that enough. Too many times we have expectations that staff can just somehow magically do everything, or that volunteers can do the work of staff. Not possible. Number 5 is diversified resources. So finding funding in different places, which is not always easy, but it's important because you never know what might change. Number 6 is effective communication. That's important in anything we do, but it's particularly important if you're building and maintaining coalitions. Number 7 is have clear roles and accountability. Helpful for everybody to know what their role is and how it works together, and follow up on making sure that happens. Number 8 is having a flexible structure. So being able to ebb and flow with what is happening and how things need to be addressed and approached. And then the 9th one is setting and implementing priorities. Many people, and I know for cancer control and comprehensive cancer control, every state is required to have a state cancer plan. And in diabetes, you have diabetes plans, and you have all kinds of different plans. And in this place, it's important to set priorities because there's usually limited resources and limited bandwidth. And the resources aren't just for the volunteers or the staff, but for everybody. And one of the things that I discovered early on in my coalition work and comprehensive cancer control coalition work is that we tended to try to do everything. We wanted to address the whole continuum of cancer, from prevention all the way to survivorship or even end of life. And while everything is important, it's not possible to focus on everything at once. You really have to set those priorities. I would love to hear from you all. What is it that resonates with you among those 9 habits, and which habit are you guys currently working on in your team or partnership or coalition? And then if you have any questions, please chime in here. I think Leslie was going to try to join us. I don't know if she was able to make it. But if you're here, Leslie, chime on in. You feel free to write a comment and add a question. And if you're not, I know she'll be able to catch up after this and provide some support to you all with any questions you have. The other piece is, if you have not yet accessed my free resource on emotional intelligence and partnership building, it's something that I think would be very valuable. It's a simple worksheet to kind of talk through some of these important concepts that can help you as you lead your coalition. So that's it for now. 9 habits, a lot more than 3. I usually focus on 3 things. So I know 9 things is kind of like, what? Too much. But hopefully it's not too much, and you guys can have a chance to take a look at the blog and think about what habits you want to implement in your coalition next. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and I'll talk to you next week. Thanks. Bye.